Yeah, welcome. My name is Markus Rehle. I'm from Deliberate, and we welcome you, having you here in our webinar for Genesys Cloud Partners. And I've with me Christoph Weber, who's part of Deliberate as well. And let's jump into the presentation. We've brought for you our latest applications, and we'll show you something about it and give you the detailed information, as we have. Chris, you'd like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you. Well, also from my part, thank you everyone for joining. It's great for us to show these apps to you. I'm Chris Weber, and I work for Deliberate since 5 years. And before that, I was with the Infinite Group, and I'm manager software solutions and responsible for the development of these apps. So yeah, that's my part. Thank you, Markus.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. I'm Markus Rehle. I'm with Deliberate since 1.5 years, and I'm responsible for the product management. I'm doing majority of marketing stuff, and also being in contact with our customers and with you partners. So we welcome you here in our webinar. Let's talk a little bit about our approach. The Genesys Cloud, and the product, and we are quite sure that you also have some customer projects. And during these customer projects, we were in that starting phases, and there we got the information, got requests that our customers have some specific challenges and specific needs, and we found that there are some niches in Genesys Cloud, and we had the plan to fill these niches with our apps. And later, having started that project with the different customers and with our apps, we provided these apps in the AppFoundry, and the AppFoundry makes it possible to have a worldwide availability for these apps. So we are happy now serving customers across the globe. So we have customers in the United States and in Northern and Southern America. We have customers in Asia, and also you guys here in Europe. And let's have a look into the products. We brought some two apps with us from our portfolio. We brought the synchDings for Microsoft Teams with us, and the CloudEngager, which are the let's say not only the latest ones, but also the most interesting ones from the reach perspective. We have the synchDings for Microsoft Teams having a really big customer base, which because that there are so many different customers already using Microsoft Teams among their complete companies. And also the CloudEngager is a solution project which we rolled out among some customers, and now planning some additional implementations. Let's speak about the synchDings for Microsoft Teams first. The main approach is providing a sync between the Microsoft Teams and the Genesys Cloud as you know it today. And we discovered that until today, Genesys Cloud only provides the synchronization of the statuses in one direction. And our customers asked us if it's possible to use that already existing Microsoft Teams integration in Genesys Cloud, and additionally providing that synchronization in both directions. And that was a challenge for us. And we are quite proud having solved it and having rolled it out among the first customers, where we are now in the release phase into Genesys Cloud AppFoundry. You see the use case. That it's a really big effort for bigger companies, sharing these different statuses, having your agents working in the Genesys Cloud the whole day, and then you have that other colleagues and other teams, and they also want to reach their colleagues in Genesys or working in Genesys Cloud. And for do not interrupting them, we created that app and share our statuses between the two different applications. We provide presets with it, so that makes it quite fast to start with it. We do not require any prerequisites. You do not need any specific things being already set up, and we provide the common multi-dimensionality, which we provide, so you can connect a huge number, a long list of different statuses which can be connected, and you will see it in a later view. So we are quite flexible and provide the complete control also for the admins. So you can share these apps and the settings among your complete agent team, and it could be done from a central position from one admin and then sharing it onto the different devices, onto the different Microsoft Windows devices among your agent team. So Chris, I would hand over to you to show us the application.
Yeah, let's do a quick dive. Thank you, Markus. So let me see if I find my screen here. Okay, so yeah, how does syncDings work? So this is supposed to represent the agent computer, the agent's PC. And obviously, I'm sorry, I just closed. Obviously, they're using their Genesys Cloud environment, and they're using their Teams. Now, ideally, the idea is that if they change their status in Teams, that it can be also changed in Genesys Cloud and vice versa. So what we implemented is a tool, a desktop tool that resides here on the agent's PC. The UI is really just for checking that everything's running correctly, but it's seamless. So it's really just running in the background in the auto start mode. And the idea is that it synchronizes, as I said, the states, but you can manage the rules. You can define specific rules. So maybe before going into the rules, I will just show you, I'll give you a quick demo that I am in fact able to synchronize my states. So if I go to available here, you see that Genesys just turned available almost immediately, almost actually pretty much real time, or as close as it's technically possible. And if I change now back to busy, so in my case, I just have here defined a very, very simple and straightforward set of rules that just kind of mirrors the state. But it mirrors the state not only from Teams to Genesys, but also from, let me get rid of that display, also the other way around, from Genesys to Teams, in fact. So that's the idea. But as I said, you can make more complex rules than just mirroring the state. So what we have is a central place for the configuration. The syncDings app wizard. So in Genesys, most apps have under apps this tab, and in this case it's syncDings. And what we have here is the possibility to define centrally define rules for the behavior. So it kind of is a if this then that kind of rule. So in this case, these are the rules that we have designed for or currently configured for our environment. And they kind of, you can read them quite simply. So the trigger, what to do is if Genesys present state is not busy and Teams present state is do not disturb, then Genesys present state busy. And you can match more complex combination of rules, whatever makes sense in your case. So there are different scenarios how you can combine these, and you can simply select from general presets of rules, or you can define more complex rules of your own. But to be honest, that's pretty much it. So it's a really cool feature that makes sure that you do not, that you don't get two calls simultaneously on both platforms. So from rule point of view, we could go deeper, but I think for the sake of this presentation and for the sake of that meeting, that's pretty much it. So what we have is just as I said, the regular browser with a Chrome extension and a desktop tool that makes sure that that is connected to both worlds and that does the synchronization. And the rules, as I said, are in under apps. They're stored actually in data tables in Genesys, but this is an overlay we created to make it more user friendly. And yeah, and it's connected to Teams and to Genesys, and it is very close to real time, it is fully functional already. We're not yet in the AppFoundry. Well, we are in the product is in the AppFoundry as a listing, and it will be available as a free trial from the AppFoundry or as an integration within the 1 or 2 next weeks. But from my point of view, Markus, do you have any ideas what else I could share? I think this pretty much covers it. It's a bi-directional synchronization. There's not much to see, but it works really well, and it really helps our customers to solve this use case. And maybe I think Markus already said it, but so there's the blueprints from Genesys how that suggest how a synchronization can be built. I have to add that is just one unidirectional. That is just synchronizing of Genesys to Teams and not vice versa. All right. So that's it from synchDings. Markus, what else do you have to say? Back to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Are there any questions about it? So we have a small Q&A section here in between. If there are some questions, thoughts, interest, let us know. All right. So if not, we have some additional time at the end of our webinar, so no problem if there's nothing right now. I will share back my screen showing you a summary again. So as already mentioned, we have some small prerequisites for the syncDings for Microsoft Teams. The user needs a Chromium browser. That means that you could deploy it in Chrome or Edge. You need the Windows operation system, and you need Genesys Cloud, of course. It's not for Engage. That's important to say if you speak about Genesys. And you need the Microsoft Teams application for your team, for your company, however you've installed it. You can use our predefined rules. You have no minimum setup, so it's quite easy just starting with our predefined rules or on a really flexible, with a really flexible approach. You can do the complete customization as you need it. So you've seen the quite long list, which Chris has shown to you, and you can tailor all the different statuses and connect them and include some conditions which are important. So that's everything is possible. Everything, more or less everything which is provided in Genesys Cloud as a status information can be knit into that rule and into the specific rule. And what's also important is that central approach. So having your customer who has an admin who steers everything and sets everything up and then rolls it out in a second step to the agent team. That's possible with our apps and also with the synchDings, meaning that you have a specific configuration that can be rolled out from one position to the complete team. We've brought out the pricing quickly for you. So you see the 3 different contract types which are available in Genesys Cloud, and you also know the structure of named licenses and concurrent licenses, and you see the price points here for the different license types in US dollar and in euro. And all these ones are for one specific agent and for 1 month. And it's clear that the Microsoft Teams licenses which your customer needs are not included into our prices. So if you're interested in working with us and providing these this product to your customers, just let us know. We are happy to help you with the whitelisting. We're quite sure that you also know the whitelisting in the AppFoundry. But on the other side, from today's perspective on, it would also be possible to directly organize a rollout among your customers with us. So we could also start from today on and organize it as well if you are interested in testing it among your, for example, among your partner team internally. The second app, or better, the second solution which we brought with us is a CloudEngager. And here you see a combination of the two different words. So you see a cloud, which relates to the Genesys Cloud product on the one side. And we also have the word engage included into it. And engage goes with the Genesys Engage setup, but it's also for combining each different technologies which come into your mind. So we are really flexible with connecting different technologies, different applications which your customer already has in their company, in their teams, rolled out among maybe different locations. All these different things can be included in our solution, and we help you connecting the dots, maybe connecting also the Genesys Cloud to a legacy setup or to a legacy client. Maybe you have some specific business application which was created with a really high effort in your customer's environment, and the customer is not willing to push it away and ignore it from the future on because it's not directly connected to the Genesys Cloud. So if these situations appear among your customers' environments, our solution could help connecting the different technologies. The main idea is, of course, steering the Genesys Cloud, steering it from a client that could be your existing client, which the customer already has. That could be a CTI client on the one side, or it could be an additional external client, which is also provided by ourselves. So we developed an own client, which could also be used, and which you will see in a second. And I think I will hand over now to Chris for that, for talking a little bit in detail about it.
Okay, thank you, Markus. So just in other words from what you said, but very similar. Yeah, our customers came to us migrating from the Engage platform to the Genesys Cloud platform, and most of them initially thought it's just 2.0 or a new web-based Engage. Actually, some customers did think that the platform is not really compatible, as you know, and it's a very different approach. So what many customers had, as Markus said already, they have their business applications where the CTI or the control of the phones are very deeply nested into their CTI clients or into their business applications. And in some cases, the customers are absolutely not willing to give that up. And in some cases, it would have even become a showstopper if they would not have found a solution. So together with these customers, we developed this solution, as Markus said, CloudEngager. And CloudEngager is composed of two components. The CloudEngager server, we will have a quick overview on another slide in a moment, but just to give you a quick impression, there's a server component. The server component can run on-prem in the customer's environment locally, or as well in the cloud. It's a Docker container, so we can really put it anywhere the customer desires. It is highly scalable. We have customers running with 800 agents, and they're completely using their CTI clients. They're not relying on the Genesys Web UI at all. And it is so it's capable of high traffic and high availability. And what I would have wanted to show you, but I broke my primary rule, never touch a running system, so I have to fake it now. I'm sorry for that. Trust us, it does work. I'm sorry. Yeah. So what I have here is a very simplified, ugly CTI client. Maybe it looks something similar to this on some customer platforms. But it's really just very, very basic buttons, almost VB6 looking type of buttons. I actually tried to make this one ugly. No, I'm kidding. But so the idea is the customer wants to completely use their CTI. They did not really have another UI at all. And now they're supposed to use the cloud or log into the cloud, and then they still want to use their CTI. It's a bit confusing to them. So the CloudEngager server able to forward all the requests from the CTI, all of them, for not just telephony, for email, chat, so the full spectrum of the Genesys API, but in user context. So this is a CTI client that has a CTI server that would have back in the day spoken to the Engage platform. And now the problem is that they cannot just connect this server to the Genesys Cloud API. That's not possible because the server does not know the user context. The whole Genesys Cloud web-based is based upon the concept of this authentication OAuth 2, and the server simply cannot do this on behalf of the agents in the user context of the agents. So our solution allows to do that. And as I said, in the CTI client, the agent would then typically do what he does, set himself ready, busy, on queue, answer a call, release a call, do all the telephony or email functions, and also receive the events. So this client is able to react on a ringing call. Again, I'm sorry I cannot simulate. You're just gonna have to listen to me. So the ringing event of Genesys would come here, and I can click answer call, and that all that works. So how did we do that? What we have is a client similar to Genesys desktop client, so the Windows the Windows client application, and this application here is launched in auto start. So we're making sure that the agents are logged into the cloud in the web. And once he is signed in here per SSO, the next sign-ins are automatic. And since it's in auto start, we make sure that all the agents are also, in fact, really signed in. But the agents do not need to keep this open. If they click on the X up here, the session still remains minimized in the taskbar, but the session is still connected because this is your web RTC phone. So also we have seen some customers, they accidentally clean up their tabs and clean up the wrong one, close the Genesys tab, and the phone call is gone. So we also prevent that from here. But the CloudEngager client connects to our CloudEngager server and allows our server to do all these requests from the business application to forward them on behalf of the user. So to get back into the user context. So in short, the customer can use his legacy or maybe even modern, depending on the use case, CTI integration in their client server business applications. We are giving them the possibility to still do that. And so there are still quite a few companies that work this way. And for them, this is the solution to continue. As I said, they've invested a lot of money in these solutions, and some of them are simply not giving up. And that's banking and insurance business mainly, but perhaps many more. And I hope you guys can help us find customers that have this issue, and hopefully together we can help them solve that. I hope it is clear. It's a bit, yeah, maybe it would have been clearer if I could actually do a proper demo. But what's happening again is this is two client applications. This one connects to the server application connects to our CloudEngager server, and then forwards the request to Genesys in the user context. Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far? Or Markus, do you have anything to add to this, or should we go to your slides?
Yeah, I'll go back to the slides, sharing our architecture slide. So
yeah, just
maybe
to
if you
give you
have
a
some
high-level overview, this is sort of a little bit of a stylized diagram of the architecture. In the top right, you have Genesys Cloud. In the bottom, the whole gray area at the bottom, beneath that horizontal line, this is the server environment of the customer. So initially in that orange area, you have the customer's business application connecting to the Engage world, which is not available anymore. That's why we crossed it through. It would initially go to the Engage. Above, you have the user context, so the agents. The green is the web browser to Genesys, or in this case, our CloudEngager client, which opens automatically, and then the agent can just hide and continue working with this pink here, the customer's business application, the CTI. So the agent just logs into the CloudEngager client, minimizes it, and therefore has a soft phone or a web RTC connected and a user context. The green and our blue line, so the CloudEngager, they connect to each other, and the CloudEngager server basically manages user sessions. And when the business application in orange makes a request to us, we forward it to Genesys in the correct user context, allowing for this whole situation to be solved. As I said, we have customers using this. It's high availability. We are using state-of-the-art technology. It's all written in Golang and high performance Golang, and we are able to cluster this in multiple nodes to cope with even extremely high demands if necessary. Also here, Markus, I would say from my point, it covers it. If there are questions.
So you could raise your hand. We would switch on your microphone if there are some questions. Let us know.
Are the guests allowed to unmute themselves automatically, or do we need to do that for them? It's very quiet at the moment.
Correct. Yeah.
Sorry, I already allowed the customers to open the microphone.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Wolfgang. Great.
Maybe the presentation was so good that no questions.
And if there are some questions after our webinar, we are very welcome. We are very happy talking with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
About your
so I think this one is hard
questions.
to explain, and yeah, any questions we're really happy to do a separate session. Yeah.
Okay. Just an overview about the pricing. Same structure, you know, from the AppFoundry. With the different contract types and with the license types. And what's important is the enablement package. We included one step in and starting enablement package here at the bottom in blue. And that would be the initial step to start working with us. And of course, the other licenses are as usual per agent and per month. If there are some questions, just let us know, reach out to you. And we also brought the a special offer with us. So as mentioned, if you are interested in directly starting with us, directly using the apps or directly testing the apps in your own partner context internally, just let us know. We can switch it on for your complete partner Genesys org, so all your colleagues could test it, and then maybe provide it to your customers. It would be really great having you on board and providing you the free license for your partner company. One additional overview about on our complete portfolio. So we have some other apps here, shortyDings for steering Genesys Cloud in general with the keyboard. That would be the summary. blinkyDings is more or less the opposite. blinkyDings indicates and shows everything, shows statuses and shows different things from the Genesys Cloud. So shorty steering, blinky showing. And we also have displaydings, a solution for dashboarding and reporting purposes. And you've already seen the synchDings and the Dings suite in action. And as mentioned, we have these different solutions project here for our customers and maybe for your customers if interested in it. And as mentioned, we provide custom solutions for every customer for each context which is brought to us. We think about it, we evaluate, and we try to find some specific solutions which could be applied among your customers. And we are really happy working with you and providing your Genesys Cloud customers the perfect solution for making them start in Genesys Cloud or for scaling them in Genesys Cloud, or just providing some additional technologies for improving their work, improving performance. Everything is possible. So we have some attendees left. Are there some additional questions for us? So we are completely open for it. Otherwise, you could reach out to us after the webinar and ask for a demo. We could do a deep dive. We could directly meet with your customer if they're interested in, or you just provide your ideas.
Yeah, I think it was a bit shorter than expected, but or planned, but it covers pretty much the use cases of these two applications. I hope you can use these or find customers that would be interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.